Meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, well, thank you. Welcome, everyone. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. All right, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the January 16th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion. I'll second.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All righty. Okay, so we're to new business on the agenda. The first item that we have on the agenda is application P356. This is an ordinance review. Do you want me to go ahead and read that ordinance?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. An ordinance amending section 140-24 and 140-128 and 140-152 of the Ocean View Land Use and Development Code by defining various types of fast food restaurants, adding them to the table of permitted uses as special exceptions in certain zoning districts, adding development standards for each, and amending section 140-121 to add surgical centers for renumbering purposes only. Synopsis, this ordinance amends the definition of a fast food restaurant and sets forth standards for the use as a special exception in general business districts and in the mixed-use plan community MXPC zone. It also adds and defines fast food restaurants with drive-through, as well as fast food restaurants with drive-in to the table of permitted uses as uses requiring special exceptions in the general business district, and sets forth standards for each. It moves surgical centers to section 140-121. To the extent that the town should ever adopt standards therefore in order to utilize section 140-128 for fast food restaurant standards. Okay. So, any of the members have any questions on what I just read? Okay. So I guess we'll turn it over to Mr. Lober.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
I would like to point out that we just handed you not that long ago a updated version of the ordinance, which we are going to be recommending that be the version that you pass forward to town council tonight. It does not say draft on it like the original did. We didn't have time for that. But what you'll find is there are some housekeeping things where we fixed some abbreviations and the way we spell out feet, but those aren't really of substance. There are 3 items at line 63, at line 103, and at line 165, where we have revised the language to add more specificity about the opportunity for an alternative width of screening should the Board of Adjustment find it palatable based on the application.
Okay. That was 63, and then we have what,
63, 103, and 165.
Okay.
So the draft that you have, that was just presented to you this evening, are proposed recommendations that the town is now making to the commission. And to the extent that you're considering that this initial draft in this ordinance, you're just to be aware that the town planning department is recommending the changes that they presented to you this evening.
Okay.
To further clarify, some comments that were made by the community, elevated to their attention that certain things in the ordinance probably needed to be clarified.
Right.
Mr. Semino, do you have anything to add? to the discussion at this point?
Of the ordinance and the changes?
Yes.
No,
Okay. All righty.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we could, whether, if anybody wanted a copy of this, we can,
You can give, I'll give my copy to Mackenzie.
okay, that's what I was just wondering if.
Hey, Jill, I'll give my copy to Mackenzie.
Do you want copies of?
Alrighty, so let me open it up to the audience, I guess, at this point. Is there anyone that wishes to come forward on this ordinance? Any comments or recommendations or thoughts? Please.
Mike,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You guys can hear me. John Tennant, 76 West Avenue, Ocean View. Just letting you know that I've read the ordinance, studied it pretty well, and I believe it's in our best interest of the town to adopt such an ordinance to allow more diversity with commercial in the area. As you know, some of you might know, we own the CVS Rural Farms right there in the corner of West Avenue 26, and it would enhance the town to have another ordinance like this to allow for, fast food or other businesses that would offer drive-through services.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Anyone else?
Mackenzie, did you guys have anything to add?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we should note that there were a couple of letters that were submitted in
Yes.
connection with this that I believe the town clerk has provided to you.
We had, I think we got one letter
Yeah,
from
from Saul Ewing, yes, and their legal counsel is here this evening as well. Mackenzie Pete is in the audience, but they drafted this and made some recommendations as well.
Okay.
So there are no further comments from the public? Okay. Ken, did you have anything to add about the comments that we received?
Yeah,
or-
we just wanted to add, we've received the comments from Saul Ewing, from Mackenzie, and we are not, so inclined to make any changes to the mountable curb. We will review the parking space credit under our current ordinance, for parking requirements.
Right,
So-
I think that's a good thought.
And we did make the changes to the ordinance with respect to the planning strip,
Right.
or recommended changes to the
Yeah,
ordinance
right.
for you folks to consider, with respect to the screening requirements, and we are not going to go with the recommendation from Saul Ewing. In the letter to us, we've made changes to the screening requirements in the ordinance, which we have passed on to the board and
Uh-huh.
also to Mackenzie from Saul Ewing.
Okay,
So just to clarify, Ken, for purposes of this parking space credit that you're considering, that will be, just so the commission's clear, you're gonna intend to address that in another ordinance, not in this particular ordinance, is that correct?
That's correct. We currently have a revision to the parking requirements written up, and
Right.
we're gonna, based on what they've recommended, we're gonna do a little bit more research, and we'll edit that should we find it
all
necessary.
right, so I assume if you do that, then there would be, you wouldn't need the Board of Adjustments to approve that.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct. That would be,
okay,
the ordinance itself would just be an ordinance that would come in
Right.
front of you and town council.
right,
And if it reduced the parking, then anybody that proposed the use in accordance with that would then just apply that.
okay. Now, mountable curb, mountable curb is like a permanent curb that's like.
It's a permanent curb, it's a separator between the drive-through aisle and the circulation aisle and the parking through the facility.
Okay. All right,
It's about
It's probably
4 inches in height, goes from 2 inches to 4 inches and back
and I
down to 2
assume it would
inches.
probably be yellow or something like that.
No,
so
it'll be
it's-
concrete.
It'd be concrete. It would stand out from the.
Stand out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
from the
okay.
asphalt color, yeah.
Well, I think that would be, in my mind, more acceptable. You know, a lot of these drive-throughs, you see the sticks that they put in the, to make aisleways and stuff like
Flexible
that.
delineator posts.
Hmm?
The flexible delineator
Yeah,
post, right.
right,
Yeah.
right.
They're
So
less
that would
attractive
not
than
be allowed.
temporary. No.
Okay. Alright.
So may I ask a question?
Yes.
Only because my lack of knowledge or ignorance of some of the ordinance that we have in town. So what I'm thinking is somebody has approached us to possibly put a fast food restaurant in Ocean View, and thus then we have to correct the ordinance on what the definition of fast food and requirements are. Is that, yes?
More than one person has approached us asking about fast foods with drive-throughs.
Okay,
The code doesn't currently have any guidance.
doesn't have any guidance at
Right.
all. So the town has already previously said, yes, it's okay for fast food of sorts to be in Ocean View?
No.
So this is
This
just,
is
this is just to have the ordinance
fast food
defined?
in Ocean View, fast food restaurants in Ocean View are permitted through special exceptions,
That's our current
in
definition.
MXPC, GB1 and GB2. The code currently does not contemplate fast food with drive-through. Our code contemplates drive-throughs for pharmacies and banks, but it doesn't contemplate it
So
for
this
a
is
fast
more
food
of an
restaurant.
ordinance revision, not a permission?
It is,
You see where I'm going?
This
I
is an
understand,
ordinance
yes.
revision,
It's an
correct?
ordinance revision.
Yes.
Okay.
This does not mean that a fast food restaurant is being approved.
Right.
What this means is this
If
is
ever.
This would be
establishing
the criteria.
If
guidelines
ever,
for if
this would be
someone
the
makes
criteria.
application, correct? So this is an ordinance that's outlining what the
I just-
requirements would
it
be.
establishes
Thank you.
guidelines so that when,
If ever.
if ever, a special exception is granted for a fast food restaurant, and we go on through the design, planning and design phase, we'll have something to pass
To
judgment
pass to them.
on the details of the plan.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? All righty, well, I guess we'll,
So, do you guys have anything else to add? You guys don't have anything else to add, and there's no further public comment. All right, so we're gonna close the public comment. So the only thing I wanna take note is that if anybody's inclined to make a motion regarding recommendation to move this forward to the town council or not, the only thing that I would ask is that if you are intending to recommend the ordinance, as proposed, amended, by the planning department and handed out to you, that you so note that in your motion,
okay.
okay?
All right.
You're looking at me confused, Ken, or am I,
I'm actually thinking about something completely different
okay.
than the conversation
Well,
we're having.
I didn't know, he sometimes gives me the look of, you're screwing up, Veronica, so I'm just looking at him and making sure I'm not.
He zoned out on you in your car.
Yeah, I'm getting the
I'm
look, all
already on to tomorrow.
right.
Okay. All right, well, does anyone wish to put forward a motion?
Boy, this is a quiet group.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, the motion would be to approve this so that it proceeds to the council.
Yeah, you need to, either approve it, you need to determine what your recommendation is to the
Oh, okay,
council.
right.
to
Oh,
the
yeah,
council, okay? And
Oh, okay, that
Okay, you have to
helps.
give a recommendation to the council about this ordinance.
Okay, then I will make a motion to accept the proposed amendment as it's been provided to the commission to be accepted and move forward to the town council.
All right. You got that good. All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a second. All righty, so, let's put forward this vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 I have to speak.
All right, so the
Any
motion.
opposed?
Any opposed? All right,
So let the record reflect this passed 4-0.
okay.
So we're gonna move this, proposed ordinance forward to the council for
Town council.
consideration.
All right, they have 2 readings on it, correct?
Correct, and the council will have 2 readings on the proposed motion, and the proposed motion is as recommended by the amendment by the town planning department today.
All right, very good. All right, well, I guess that's all we have on the business side. So, I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.